日本一。 Round one.
Fight!
Follow me! Follow me! Follow me! Fighting Taku! Follow me! Follow me!
Round two.
Fight!
Follow me! Perfect!
Round one.
Fight!
Round two.
Fight!
Round one.
Fight!
Hagepa! 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 Crunch kick! Hagepa! Hagepa!
Perfect.
Round 2.
Fight.
初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦初挑戦日本一
your gravestone. Sleep well. Round 1.
Fight!
Kaiser.
日本一
Perfect!
Round 2.
Fight! Leap to block! Leap to block!
Kaiser Wave. You were perfect. I meant my match.
日本一
挑戦者現る。
課長戦 UF 課長戦 UF 課長戦課長戦課長戦課長戦 UF 課長戦課長戦 UF 課長戦日本一
Perfect!
Round 2.
Fight!
課長戦 UF 課長戦課長戦 UF 課長戦課長戦課長戦 UF 課長戦課長戦 UF 課長戦課長戦課長戦 UF 日本一
Perfect!
もっと女の子らしくしなくちゃ彼に嫌われちゃうわ